Listen carefully. What if I told you there's a fruit that tastes exactly like a creamy banana crossed with ripe mango and smooth vanilla custard, but it grows wild in forests across temperate zones around the world, and 99% of modern gardeners have completely forgotten it even exists? This is the pawpaw, the largest edible fruit native to North America, that was once loved by presidents, sustained explorers, and fed entire communities. Yet today it's vanished from supermarkets because its soft, perfect flesh doesn't ship well. On Thriving Garden, we're bringing this ancient, forgotten superfruit back where it belongs. Into your backyard, your food forest, and your kitchen, no matter where you live in the world. If you want a low-maintenance perennial tree that produces tropical-tasting fruit for decades with almost zero work, keep watching, because this could be the most exciting plant you add to your garden in 2026. Let's start with the incredible history that makes this fruit so special. Indigenous peoples across eastern North America have harvested pawpaws for thousands of years. They ate the fresh fruit, dried it into energy-packed cakes for long journeys, and even used the bark and leaves for traditional medicine. When European settlers arrived, they fell in love too. George Washington grew pawpaws at Mount Vernon and reportedly enjoyed them chilled as his favorite dessert. Thomas Jefferson planted them at Monticello and even shipped seeds to friends in France in 1786 because he wanted to share this American treasure. During the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1806, the team ran out of food and survived for days on wild pawpaws. Daniel Boone was said to adore them. Yet when industrial agriculture took over, the pawpaw was pushed aside. Its delicate skin and short shelf life made it impossible to commercialize like bananas or apples. That's how this tropical-tasting treasure became one of the most forgotten fruits on the planet. Until now. So why should you plant pawpaw in your thriving garden right now? Because it is the ultimate perennial food producer. Once established, this small tree gives you abundant harvests for 30, 50, even 80 years or more, with very little ongoing care. It fits perfectly into food forests, edible landscapes, backyard orchards, and even small urban gardens. And unlike many fruits that demand full sun and perfect conditions, pawpaws are naturally shade-tolerant understory trees. They thrive in partial shade where other fruit trees struggle, making them ideal for gardens that don't get blazing sunshine all day. If you like this kind of video so that we can make more of these forgotten parents, hit the bell and subscribe to Thriving Garden now. Now, let's talk about where you can actually grow pawpaws, because this is not just a North American plant anymore. Your viewers in Europe, the Netherlands, the UK, Canada, parts of Australia, and temperate Asia can all succeed with the right variety and microclimate. Pawpaws are hardy in USDA zones 5 through 8, which covers huge parts of northern and central Europe. Growers have been successfully harvesting ripe fruit outdoors without greenhouses for years. Varieties such as Overlees, Sunflower, Prolific, Davis, Wells, and Rebecca's Gold ripen beautifully there in Zone 7 conditions with good soil and shelter from strong winds. They need about 400 chill hours in winter, something most of Europe naturally provides, and at least 160 frost-free days. In cooler northern European spots or the UK, choose a south-facing wall or sheltered courtyard and mulch heavily. For those of you in smaller spaces or colder microclimates, container growing is a game changer. Plant in a large pot at least 20 to 25 gallons. Use well-draining, slightly acidic soil, and wheel it into a greenhouse or protected spot for the first few winters. Young trees are more sensitive, but once mature, they handle temperatures as low as -25 degrees Celsius with ease. Across the world, as long as you have moist, rich soil and protection from drying winds, pawpaws will thrive. They are perfect for the rising global movement toward resilient food forests and climate-smart gardening. Here is exactly how to grow them successfully anywhere. First, decide on the starting method. The fastest way to fruit is buying grafted trees from a reputable nursery. These often produce in just 3 to 5 years instead of 7 to 10 from seed. If you want to save money, use fresh seeds. The secret is planting them immediately after harvesting because they lose viability fast. Sow in deep pots. Keep soil consistently moist at around 20 to 25 Celsius and expect sprouts in 4 to 8 weeks. Plant in rich, well-drained soil, high in organic matter with a pH of 5.5 to 7.0. Space trees 3 to 4 meters apart because they need good airflow. In European climates, pick a spot protected from strong westerly winds. Mulch heavily with wood chips or compost to keep roots cool and moist. Water deeply once a week during dry spells, especially the first 3 years while roots establish. In spring, apply a balanced organic fertilizer. Pruning is easy, just remove dead or crossing branches in late winter. Pawpaws are not self-fertile, so plant at least 2 different varieties for proper pollination. Excellent choices for worldwide gardens include sunflower, mango, allegheny, and the reliable overlease. Caring for pawpaws is genuinely low maintenance. They are naturally pest and disease resistant, which makes them perfect for organic thriving gardens everywhere. Deer or rabbits may nibble young trees, so use guards for the first couple of seasons. The unusual flowers have a slight scent that lasts only a short time in spring and attracts beneficial pollinators like carrion flies and beetles. Leaves feed several butterfly species, boosting biodiversity in your garden. In food forest designs, pair them with nitrogen fixers, comfrey, or mint to build soil health naturally. The harvest moment is pure magic. Fruit ripens in late summer to early autumn, usually September to October, depending on your local climate. Look for skin shifting from green to yellowish and fruit that gives slightly when gently squeezed, like a ripe avocado. Pick when just starting to soften and let them finish ripening indoors at room temperature. The flavor intensifies beautifully. Inside, you'll discover large, dark seeds and bright yellow custard-like flesh that literally melts in your mouth. Now let's get into the fun part, how to cook and use pawpaws in your kitchen. The simplest way is to cut the fruit in half lengthwise and scoop the creamy flesh straight with a spoon. It's incredible when eaten fresh. For smoothies, blend 1 cup of pawpaw pulp with banana, yogurt, or plant milk, a splash of vanilla, and a handful of ice. Tropical perfection. To make pawpaw ice cream, mix 2 cups pawpaw pulp with 1 cup cream, 1 cup milk, 3/4 cup sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla. Churn in an ice cream maker or freeze in a loaf pan, stirring every 30 minutes. You can bake an amazing pawpaw quick bread that tastes better than banana bread. Replace the mashed banana in your favorite recipe with equal parts pawpaw pulp. Add a handful of walnuts if you like, and bake at 175 degrees Celsius for 50 to 60 minutes. For a show-stopping dessert, try pawpaw custard pie or cheesecake. One popular recipe mixes pawpaw pulp into a cream cheese filling with eggs, sugar, and vanilla, then bakes it in a graham cracker crust. Savory fans love pawpaw barbecue sauce. Blend pulp with tomato paste, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, garlic, and smoked paprika, simmer until thick, and use on grilled meats or roasted vegetables. You can even make pawpaw pancakes by adding diced fresh pulp to your batter, or freeze extra pulp for winter smoothies and sauces. The possibilities are endless because the flavor pairs beautifully with lime, ginger, cinnamon, and even dark chocolate. Nutritionally, pawpaws are a true superfood. In just 100 grams of ripe fruit with skin, you get approximately 80 calories, 1.2 grams of protein, 1.2 grams of fat, 18.8 grams of carbohydrates, and 2.6 grams of fiber. That's more fiber than many common fruits. You also receive 20% of your daily vitamin C, 27% magnesium, a massive 113% manganese, and 39% iron. Compared to bananas, apples, or oranges, pawpaws often come out ahead in calcium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, and essential amino acids. They contain unique compounds including phenolic antioxidants, carotenoids, and ananaceous acetogenins. Health benefits are impressive too. The high vitamin C and antioxidants support your immune system and skin health. Fiber promotes healthy digestion and steady blood sugar. Magnesium helps with energy and muscle function, while manganese plays a key role in metabolism and bone health. Researchers are studying the acetogenins for potential anti-cancer, anti-obesity, and antimicrobial properties. Of course, pawpaws are not a medicine, but adding this nutrient-dense fruit to your diet is a delicious way to boost overall wellness straight from your thriving garden. I planted my first pawpaws 4 years ago here in the Netherlands, and this season I finally enjoyed my first real harvest. The taste was unbelievable. Nothing you can buy in any store comes close. Watching that tree thrive with almost no input convinced me that perennial forgotten edibles like this are the future of resilient gardening. If you're inspired, start this year. Order grafted trees now for autumn or spring planting. Search for varieties suited to your climate and join the growing community of pawpaw enthusiasts worldwide. Before you go, smash that like button if you're ready to grow your own forgotten superfruit, subscribe for more ancient edibles and thriving garden secrets, and drop a comment. Have you ever tasted pawpaw, or will you plant one this year? Let me know your location so I can give tailored tips in future videos. In the next episode, we'll explore other ancient edible plants like moringa, purslane, and skirret that grow perfectly alongside pawpaws in food forests. Thanks for watching. Get outside, and I'll see you in the garden. Happy thriving!